Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jonathan Hernandez of the Lakers Legacy Podcast, and your Los Angeles Lakers are 2-0 to begin a season for the first time since 2010. Coach JJ Redick is the first coach since Phil Jackson to start a season off 2-0. Coach JJ Redick is the first Lakers head coach since Phil Jackson to achieve that feat, which seems a bit ridiculous that we could never get out of the gate 2-0 all of those years, but it is what it is. Regardless, the Lakers' 2-0 start is not one to scoff at because the Lakers yet again found a new way to win on Friday, overcoming a 22-point deficit to the Phoenix Suns in the first half to inevitably go up by double digits in the fourth quarter and eventually come away with another W at Crypto. So I'm going to cut to the chase in this video because I don't have much time today, but I want to go over some tape of some of my favorite plays from last night's game and just talk about how JJ Redick's play calling has created a series of versatile optionality on every play and really opened up the offense and instilled an admirable ball finds energy identity amongst the players on this team. But first, how did the Lakers win this game and come back down from 22 points? Well, the main thing I want to point to again in this video is the Lakers' ability to force turnovers and get out into transition. For the second straight game, the Lakers forced at least 16 turnovers against their opponent and really made an intentional effort to get out onto the break, scoring a whopping 28 points to Phoenix's 21 points in transition. The directive to run the ball down defenses' throats has been very apparent and very effective early on. The Lakers on the year are tied for third in fast break points per game, averaging 22.5 points. Last year, they averaged 17 fast break points per game, so they're already up by 5 points a game. But beyond the fast break points, something that was different in the Lakers' transition game last night that I want to point to is their ability to hit transition threes. The Lakers scored about 15 to 18 points off transition threes alone, and it is very clear that JJ Redick has given his guys the green light to fire away from three early on in the shot clock coming down off the break. And last night was a great example of what can happen when the guys start hitting their shots and get into a rhythm. The Lakers shot 14 of 27 from three, that's 51%, and really got into a flow from downtown on the break. And this is essentially how the Lakers were able to get back into the game so quickly, with the transition three. So when the Lakers are hitting their three-pointers, they become nearly unstoppable because they can either bust a game wide open and build a huge 20-point lead, or, as last night showed, they can also cut a huge deficit down to single digits in a very short time span. So yeah, turning teams over, getting out onto the break, and hitting transition threes were huge keys to LA's win last night. Alright, now let's look at some of my favorite plays from last night's game and why I was so particularly drawn to them. So let's look at this play in the fourth. D'Lo gives the ball to LeBron, then sets a bit of a screen for Austin Reeves, who curls off of it and does a bit of an Iverson cut, I think is what it's called. LeBron then pitches it to Jackson Hayes, who gives Austin a dribble handoff, then rolls to the basket. Austin shoots him the pass, and Jackson Hayes just lays it in. And it was such a beautiful display of ball movement and off-ball motion that I really appreciated. All right, let's move on to this second play that I really liked. This also happened in the fourth quarter, and it started off with an Austin Reeves inverted screen for LeBron James. So let's take a look at it. Austin Reeves sets LeBron a screen. LeBron with a nice bounce pass. Austin shoots it to Rui, who attacks the closeout and goes in for the jam. Now let's take a look at this play in slow motion. So Austin's going to set the screen for LeBron here, but if you look at the upper left-hand corner, Gabe Vincent and Jackson Hayes run some action where Jackson Hayes sets him a down screen, and Gabe Vincent is essentially going to be open for three for a hot second, and Austin Reeves kind of takes a look at him and has the option to either go to Gabe or go to Rui, and instead he goes to Rui on the baseline, who attacks the closeout and goes in for the jam. But what I really like about that play is just, again, the optionality that Austin Reeves has as the ball handler, because he's going to stop here in the middle of the free throw line, and he's going to look to Gabe Vincent for a hot second, and then also look at Rui Hachimura. He can either go to Gabe or go to Rui, and he makes the right choice by going to the more athletic player, and Rui Hachimura pitches Rui the ball, and Rui can either take the three from here or essentially do what he did and use his speed and athleticism, attack the closeout, and go in for the jam. So optionality and versatility within one set thanks to a bunch of off-ball screens and off-ball movement. Now, this next play, this happened in the third quarter, and it involves LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves off of the inbounds pass. And initially, Austin Reeves sets up in the paint, and LeBron James sets up in the triple threat position, kind of looking like he wants the ball in the post. But then you see LeBron start to casually walk away like he's playing possum. And when he does this, Austin Reeves comes up behind Royce O'Neal to set a screen. And then LeBron James curls off of that screen and is able to get the slick bounce pass from D'Lo for the easy lay-in. So it's just very fun action here that really catches the Phoenix Suns off guard. Austin Reeves sets the screen, LeBron James curls off of it, D'Lo with the nice bounce pass, LeBron James with the easy lay-in. Just really, really fun, creative stuff. Okay, so this next play involves, in the first half, Dalton Knecht, D'Angelo Russell at Jackson Hayes and Rui Hachimura. We're going to see a dribble handoff from Dalton Knecht to D'Angelo Russell. Jackson Hayes is essentially just going to set a pick for D'Angelo Russell here to ignite their pick and roll lob action. And D'Lo takes the pick, drives it into the paint, and eventually dishes it out to Rui Hachimura. Now, looking at it in slow motion, Jackson sets the pick, D'Lo drives, and then we get to this point where Jackson Hayes 100% thinks that this is a lob for him, and it easily could have been, and he rises so high to catch the lob that never comes. D'Lo lasers the pass over to Rui Hachimura on the baseline for three instead. And again, this just shows once again the optionality within one play that any one player can go to because the spacing is perfect, the off-ball movement is perfect, and again, I just want to point to just the versatility that JJ Redick's play calling and sets have given to this Lakers team. And so, yeah, that's just another perfect example of two things happening at once, and D'Angelo Russell could have easily lobbed it to Jackson Hayes for the alley-oop jam, but instead he chose to go with the skip pass to Rui Hachimura for more points. They got the three-point shot. So for this last play, let's go to the fourth quarter. We've got Rui Hachimura with a mismatch on Tyus Jones. He starts to back him down in the post, gets himself into the middle of the paint, and begins to rise up for a jump shot. And at this point, you 100% think that Rui Hachimura is taking this shot, but no, instead he fakes the shot, lasers the ball to Jackson Hayes for the two-handed jam. And to me, this play, especially for Rui Hachimura, is just sort of emblematic of the type of infectious ball finds energy spirit that JJ Redick's system and play calling and coaching has instilled in every single one of these players, to the point where a player like Rui Hachimura, who has some lapses basketball IQ-wise, a player like Rui Hachimura is starting to make the exact right read every single time, and he's starting to make the better pass to try and get a better shot every single time. And yeah, a year ago, that read from Rui Hachimura, that read was not in Rui Hachimura's Rolodex. But now, because he's being trained by JJ Redick to cut on the baseline, cut off ball, be a great short roll man passer, more and more, we're going to start to see these types of smart, high basketball IQ plays and passes from guys like Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes. And it has been so much fun to watch. And yeah, overall, I mean, it's only been 2 games, but we have seen so many different play calls, so many different successful ATOs from JJ Redick. Last night, we saw the Austin Reeves and Anthony Davis pick and roll thriving, where Austin Reeves had a couple of sets where it started off with a double drag. Austin Reeves just drives all the way into the paint and is able to find Anthony Davis for these easy buckets. And yeah, I'm speechless. I can't believe this is our life. Ball movement, actual play calls and sets that have nuance to them, off-ball motion, ATOs that work nearly 80 to 90% of the time. It has been a lot of fun to watch, and it is no coincidence why the Lakers are currently 2-0. So far, I have loved the process, and I have loved Coach JJ Redick and the type of buy-in that he's been able to get from the guys, and just how much they've been able to install so early on, and how ahead of the curve this group seems to be on both ends of the court, but most especially on the offensive end of the court. All right, with that said, that'll do it for this video. Guys, do me a favor and please like the video, comment down below, and please give this channel a subscribe. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Hopefully the Lakers win against Sacramento. But yeah, everybody have a good weekend and go Dodgers. See ya.